To finish our clay gingerbread ornaments that you started a few weeks ago, we're gonna use something that we only use for this project. We are going to use puff paint. Puff paint is fabric paint, guys. If you get this on your clothing, it will not come out. There are two things in the art room that will not come out of your clothing. This is one of them. It's designed as dimensional fabric paint. So be very careful if you have loose necklaces on or a lanyard or a scarf, take that off. If you have long sleeves, you're gonna wanna roll them up. But it's not really anything to be scared of. I'm just letting you know. So these are an example of a finished gingerbread. I'm gonna leave this guy to the side just so we can watch. I'm gonna have my blank gingerbread right here. So when we are making our gingerbread men, there is only one thing, there is only one thing that I'm going to make you do as far as colors. And that is I'm going to insist that your gingerbread men have black eyes, black eyeballs. There was a year that I didn't, and I had some possessed gingerbread men running around with red eyeballs, okay? We're gonna use black for the eyes. So today I'm gonna show you how to get the paint flat. Even when you are trying to get it flat, you can see there's a little bit of a raise on that paint because it's called puff paint. It puffs up. The problem with clay is if it puffs up too much, it peels off. So when we are painting, they have these little nozzles. When I do the eyes, I'm gonna show you a good eye where I touch it to the surface of my clay and wiggle it around and spear it out. And a bad eye, I would float above it and let a big old blob drop. Can you see the difference? Yeah. This is gonna dry and peel off. We don't want that. But we can fix this. All I gotta do is put my nozzle back down and spread it out. So maybe it's a little bigger. I add a little bit more to this one, no big deal. Something that you do need to know about this. If you make a whoops, you need to get creative and figure out how to cover it up, because you can't wipe it off. All right? So I got my black eyes, cool. I could do black for something else. Maybe I want his buttons to be black. I'll go ahead and put those on there right now. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm gonna give him some red cheeks, touching the surface, wiggling it around so it's nice and flat and going to last for years and years. And my mouth. Sometimes you're gonna be like, Mrs. Charlotte, it's not coming out, it's empty. Sometimes the paint gets like up here and you need to get it to come down. Come on. And then every once in a while, it really is clogged and I have to stick a pin in it.
That looks like a weird.
Some of these have glitter in them. Now the silver will probably show up. If you have an iridescent-y color, that might not show up so much. But I'm going to do white for his hair. Woo. And probably white for his pant legs. And silver, woo, for his sleeve. I think I'm gonna do silver right beside here too. And that's all we're doing with this gingerbread man. Mrs. Shartle is going to lay a piece of paper out here at the demonstration table for you because I have your pieces of paper set out on the demo table. So I'm gonna set a piece of paper out here for you to carry your gingerbread man to when you're done. And then you're going to continue with your other project. Somebody brought up the fact that our gingerbread feel weird. Did you hear this?
Yeah, it feels weird.
This clay has been fired in the kiln at a really, really, really high temperature, and it has sucked all the moisture out of the clay. So these are now fragile. That means if they drop, they will break. These have been bisque fired. B-I-S-Q-U-E. I don't know why I always think of Bisquick pancakes when I think of this, but bisqueware is now permanent. Like you can't wet this down and turn back into clay. It's permanent and will break if dropped. So be very careful whenever you are carrying something that has been fired in the kiln and is bisque fired.